Let's get into the front pages of our newspapers now. We'll start off with the Mail and Guardian. So Mail and Guardian today have got Zuma's plan to collapse the ANC on the front page. That's their big focus. They're saying that former president eyes divided Eastern Cape to weaken his erstwhile party and grow MK ahead of crunch local government elections. So that is their big focus for today. You can take a look at the weekly edition there. They've also got Masingita Masungu's enduring legacy. Zambia polls, how Hichilema bagged his second term. We saw those big elections taking place this week. Paul O'Sullivan, I was never a double agent. And how Madlanga nailed Fadil Adams. So that's the front page of your weekly Mail and Guardian out today. Let's get to the business day now. And the business day is leading with business to pitch in to rescue Joburg. Okay, so here's a story worth looking at here. Initiative builds on calls for coordinated response. The business sector has pledged resources to support government efforts to address Johannesburg's deepening financial and governance crisis. Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana says as the country's biggest city becomes the focus of a new phase of cooperation between the state and corporate South Africa. Just to quote what they're saying, business is quite keen to work with us. They are also prepared to put up some resources. That's according to Godongwana when he was talking to the Business Day. He said government was still determining the form and content of the contribution and would engage business further in the coming weeks. So there's a big story that they're focusing in on. There's President Cyril Ramaphosa with Standard Bank CEO Sim Shabalala and other business leaders during the launch of the Phase 3 of Government Business Partnership at Summer Place in Johannesburg yesterday, and a picture also of the Finance Minister. So all of these discussions taking place during that meeting. Snowballing power plans create pressure. Investments in registered renewable projects in South Africa have breached the 400 billion mark, piling pressure on the government to speed up the rollout of the 14,000 kilometers of new transmission lines needed to connect the projects to the grid. That's another one that they're focusing in on. On the side there, Trump warns of economic warfare. Transnet's ports handle record volume of vehicles, and Derlander set for his 100th cap. So there we go. That's the front page of the Business Day. Let's have a look at the Daily Dispatch now. And Daily Dispatch, Cape to Cairo trade corridor begins in the Eastern Cape. And the focus here, SA clinches a deal with Egypt for its businesses to set up shop in East London, IDZ and Kucha. This is according to Tao. This is the Minister Tao. SA's long envisioned Cape to Cairo trade corridor in partnership with Egypt is expected to start from the Eastern Cape's Industrial Park as the national government seeks to reduce the province's over-reliance on its automotive sector. And this is according to Trade and Industry and Competition Minister Parks Tao. It's part of the government's butterfly strategy to bring new markets to the province in the face of economic migration and dwindling automotive industry. Young designer takes fashion dreams to the runway. Isn't that lovely? Mini mogul, 9-year-old Melkaya Koho on the runway at South Africa Kids Fashion Week, where she launched her 23-look children's fashion collection. Isn't that stunning? Congratulations, Princess Malkia Couture. And there she is, standing alongside some of her designs. Very nicely done there. Well done. This border rugby row deepens as mediation fails. And what else have I got? The humble Eastern Cape plant with a mighty green legacy. And let me leave it there. That's the front page of the Daily Dispatch. Let's have a look at the Cape Argus now. And water crisis looms large. This is what they are focusing in on. Taps safe for now, but falling dam levels and rising demand are raising freshwater worries. While Cape Town's taps are not in immediate danger of running dry, the city is warning that residents cannot afford to become complacent as water demand rises and forecasts point to a drier end to the rainfall season. That's what they're saying. As of the 17th of August, the Western Cape water supply system, 6 major dams stood at 77.7%, around 12.9% lower than the same time last year. So that's what they are reporting on. And there, of course, is the major clash on the front page. Springboks versus All Blacks. And they go head-to-head at Ellis Park tomorrow in the opening clash of a 4 test series. Can't wait for this one. Then court orders mental evaluation for a teen linked to the 764 network amid 15 charges. This is one of the most disturbing stories I've read in a long time. I'm sure you've been following it. It's the 16-year-old allegedly linked to the violent international online network known as 764 is now facing 15 charges after the state added 4 more counts during his second appearance in the Malmesbury Magistrate Court. This case was postponed to August, and I mean, it's just the charges. Just to read the list to you, it's including sexual grooming of a child, compelled sexual assault, sexual exploitation of a child, creation of child sexual abuse material, exposing or displaying pornographic material to a child through an image, unlawful and intentional distribution and possession of child sexual abuse material. I mean, it's insane. And this is a 16-year-old child we're talking about that is at the center of all of this. All right, that's the front page of the Cape Argus. Let's take a look now at the Sowetan. School bars boy after initiation. And this is Cosmo City Secondary in Joburg says grade 9 pupils' 4-month absence for cultural right was too long, and lobby cites constitutional right to education and pleads for teen not to be punished for practicing his culture. At the bottom there, witness who aided Adams opened cases in close to Khan. And Amanda Siome warns about red flags in Mjolo, and also no deal yet between Pitso and Safa. No front page is without the Springboks this morning. Springboks ready for the All Blacks, and there they are, the back page. They talk about that. And the photograph that they've got there is Lillian Ngoyi Street in Joburg CBD, still undergoing rehabilitation, despite authorities saying the project will be ready by the 30th of August. Not sure that is going to happen, but from that photograph, it doesn't look too promising. But that is the front page of the Sowetan this morning. All right, there's the Citizen. So again, they're focusing on the big clash of the titans. If you've been living under a rock, this is the big moment we've been waiting for. The greatest rivalry, and that's going to be taking place and kicking off tomorrow at Ellis Park. And there you can see the Citizen are firmly focusing in it on the front page there. And that's their beautiful photograph and cartoon that they've got saying that it's finally here. Rugby's greatest rivalry series between the world's top rugby teams, the #1 ranked Springboks and the 2nd ranked All Blacks, kick off at Ellis Park in Joburg tomorrow with the first of 4 tests. It'll be the 111th meeting between the great rugby mad nations, and that's their big one there. Benji Baby is cooking. Luxury in a room with a view. Oh my gosh, do I need a holiday? That looks like a good place to go, overlooking the sea. 16 million rand to paint 13 classrooms. What am I reading? It is estimated to only cost 1.5 million, but it is now ballooned. And that's a big focus that they take on there in the story. And where is that happening? The department tenders for renovation, although new build needed. This is in a primary school, in Seshepo Primary School in Tushani Village outside Mahikeng in the northwest. This is where this amount is being spent to paint the classrooms. This is ridiculous. Anyway, they take a big focus on that one. And then, of course, Pirates must play smartly. That's another story in the Citizen. And there's the front page of the Herald. I was brought to tears by my support at court. That's their story that they are focusing in on the front page of the Herald. I can't read too much more. Unfortunately, I don't have that one open in front of me, but that is what the front page of the Herald looks like. The other papers that are out this morning, let's take a look at them. I think we've got the Star, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the Star. The Star I've got for you. SA's deadly construction failures. And this is one that they talk about. The deaths of 17 people in 4 building incidents have exposed serious cracks in the country's building safety system, with investigations pointing to weak enforcement, inadequate oversight, and professional failures. So this is what Public Works and Infrastructure Minister Dean McPherson is highlighting here and says they need answers. All right, that's the front page of the Star, and take a look at the rest of them while we take a break and bring you the news at 7.